Okay, today, boys and girls, we are fixing scabby wallpaper where I tore off this fake wainscoting stuff. So the first thing I did was I pulled off anything that was obviously huge and scabby like this. Get rid of all these guys. And you can slice behind it like with a razor knife and then just pick those little pieces off. And so what I'm doing is I've got some Type Bond 2 that's been mixed with mostly water, so it's more of a liquid paintable type thing, and I'm painting that onto all this scabby paper. Now you can see here where this stuff is kind of wanting to bubble up. If I tried to put anything over this, that's what I'm gonna get. Like if I try to mud over this wall, I'm gonna get all those little bubbles and stuff. Now I can go through and I can cut all these pieces off, or I can try to get it glued down. So we're gonna go with getting it glued down. And the reason I'm using Type Bond 2 is because it dries. When it dries, it is considered waterproof. So versus other glues that are still a water base, and once they got wet, that glue would release. So we're trying to get that glue to not release. So I've already gone over these sections one time, and then they started to bubble, which is good because I can see where it's still loose. And then I'm basically just soaking this down real good and pushing those bubbles out. Now, all I need is for this to be good enough for tile to bond to, so I don't have to be perfect. If I was gonna put mud over this, then I'd pay more attention and get these loose pieces off. Now, realistically, I can go down for $8, $12 or whatever, buy a new sheet of sheetrock and just drop a new sheet of sheetrock in here. But I'm just showing you that this can be done if you've got a little section, kind of like I have a little section here that needs to be fixed. So the other option I have is I could just paint this with Red Guard, and then that would create one continuous surface and keep me from having a tile that wants to tear off the wall. All right, so the glue's been painted on. I've got a lot of little wrinkle bubbles there. I'm gonna try to hit that with a hairdryer, see if that straightens it out. This experiment may be a total failure. I may be an embarrassment to myself, to my country, and to my family for even trying. But yeah, I'm gonna get this to work, and you can come along the journey with me as we find out what the heck will work to stop it. On to something. I'm going to try a little bit thicker glue because I think that the stuff I was using was just a little bit too wet. All right, so I went ahead and went over that with a layer of regular glue and a paintbrush, and it is nice and solid now. So any place where there may be a little bit of a bubble still is not gonna impact me for hanging tile. All right, so quick update on the walls. The glue seemed to work just fine. It's got everything stuck down and adhered really well. If I was trying to put drywall mud over this, I think it would work without bubbling the paper. I'm not gonna try it, but it seems to be pretty effective for my cheap, easy solution. I had the glue, there was no danger, so I tried it. So that seems to have buttoned that up. So I'm starting on the tile, and I got my first row of baseboard tile on here, which I like to use the 3/16" spacers. They seem like they work the best for the spacing between the tiles. 1/4 inch seems to be too much, 1/8 inch seems to be too small. So I'm using what would be considered floor tile on the walls, but it seems to work great, and I've done it a lot, and it's cheaper and it's durable, and you can hang grab bars and all kind of stuff off it, and it holds really good. So that's what I'm doing next, and getting that all put together so I can give you more information on how to do tile in another video if anybody's interested in learning how to do that.